No BSing around, man. So I just gotta ask, why do I play the like a whole song for the intro? I'm like, to be honest, I don't know why either, cause it's definitely long. It can go from anywhere from 3 to like 4 minutes, but that's where I get my thoughts together. But today, I'm not doing that. So this might be your first time, last time, returning. You're here for a reason, whatever the reason is. I appreciate it. So to start off, today was a great week. Well, it's the October 10th, 10:15 a.m. in the morning. I was planning to record this last night, but you know me, man, procrastinating. Well, shit, I'm surprised I didn't wait till like Wednesday morning when we're supposed to drop, or like Monday. Or like Tuesday, cause that's what I usually do. That's when I do, quote unquote, my best work. But so instead of saying this week was a great week, last week was a great week. So it was had the whole week off. That wasn't planned, but that wasn't planned to have the whole week off. But you know, let me. Should I tell y'all what happened? All right, fuck it. I'll tell y'all what happened. So it was. So I go to work. I was supposed to go. I'm always off Sunday, Monday, cause I don't know. I watch football all Sunday, and then I did it once where I went to work, and oh man, that shit was terrible. And so I always get Sunday, Monday off. They're my guaranteed days. Like I always want those off. And so I was off, and then Tuesday came around, and I had to take my son to daycare and everything. And then I woke up kind of late, and I'm like, man, bro, I'm rushing around. I don't like to feel rushed and everything. Like I'm always the type of guy that, like, if I feel rushed, I just hold it off and do it later on. So I was feeling rushed and everything. I was scrambling, and then this is where this shit came in. How I got the whole week off. So I think. All right, let's run it all the way back. So years back when I first graduated, I want to say like 2016 summer after I graduated, I was working at Pizza Hut for $7.25 an hour. Man, thinking back on that, how 720 like working for 725 is criminal, bro. Like that shit is criminal. Nobody should have to do that shit. So I was working 725 an hour, and keep in mind I'm only 18, like 17, 18. So I never saved up a big lump sum of money. So 725, working like 60 hours a week, all that whatever. And it took me 3 months to save up $1,000. I saved up $1,000, and I got my first car. I'm probably like, where the fuck is he going? But this is all gonna tie back in how I got the how I got this week off. So I was off. No, I worked 3 months. Finally got saved up $1,000. Like, all right, let's go get a car. And boy, I'm like, I worked hard as fuck. My goal was already $1,000, but I didn't keep in mind that tax, title, and license gonna raise that shit up like $300, $400 more. So I saved up $1,000. I'm like, boom, all right, I got $1,000. Let's go get a car. Back then, cars, like used cars, like cash cars, buying cash cars was like a good price. Now I look, because I was gonna buy another cash car because I can't get a car note. It's just something about a car note to me. I don't like to feel like something's not mine, and like if I don't pay it, they'll take my shit. So that's why I didn't want to do a car note, and plus add on another bill. Like, I don't know, I'm already cheap as fuck anyways. Just add on another bill, and I can't do it. So so yeah, used cars back then, you can get one for like $1,500 and you're good to go. Now I was looking to get another one. That shit was like upper to like 3 for like some bullshit, like 4K for a car with like 290,000 miles. I'm like, whoa, I'll just get my car fixed. But anyways, I got my car fixed, and that's a whole other story. And so back then when I finally saved my $1,000, and I went to go get a car. I'm like, damn, I still don't have enough. So my girlfriend, she gave me, I think it was like $400 or something. Keep in mind we both had shitty jobs, so that was probably like her whole check or whatever. And boom, I got $400. Boom, rolling. We was rolling, and I think I got that car in September, and it totaled out in October. I got hit by 18 wheeler. Man, I fumbled that bag right there. So, man, this is not even on topic of what I'm supposed to be talking about. But anyways, this is perfect. Anyways, I'm rambling like people love that. Well, anyways, but yeah, I got into a car accident like a month later. Keep in mind, working hard as fuck for 3 months, 725. Finally get a car, and it towed up by a company truck. It was like 18 wheeler rolled up on me and like totaled me out. Like my car was totaled as fuck, and I was pissed. I'm like, man, I worked all these months and such and such to get this car, and then I fumbled it back so hard right here. Like, so I got in an accident. The ambulance stuff pulled up. I wasn't hurt or anything. I was just more mad my car was messed up that I worked so hard for, and I was totally I wasn't in the wrong or anything. So I was going straight, and you know how people like make like a U-turn or like turn in somewhere, but you gotta wait till that side that you're trying to turn through is already clear. So I was going straight, and the dumbass was turning, and he was trying to pull into this parking lot, and I was going straight. I was in the far right lane, so it's a left lane, middle lane, then it's me on the far right, and I was going straight, and it was like a turning thing on the far side of the street, so outside to the left side of the left lane. So he pulled in, he was turning. I'm like, bro, why are you turning? And I just tried to go, and then like he smacked me like dead in the middle, like in front center of my car, and dragged me into this parking lot. Like, I was like up under like his wheel, and he didn't stop till like people came out and like, whoa, 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 it's a car underneath your stuff. And like the car was so old, and it was like a bucket or anything. It was like a '97 Nissan Altima, I think. Airbags didn't come out or anything, but like my car was fucked, so I couldn't drive it off. And then he was in the wrong, so his company paid me. And boy, my mom was told me when the ambulance pull up, get in the ambulance and all that shit like that. And me, I'm the type to like, I don't think, what's that saying? A hard head make a soft ass, or I don't think fat meat is greasy. Whatever it is. Like, I need to see it for my damn self. And so I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. I just want them to pay me. I just want a new car. She was like, look, you missing out. Like if you go, you can get paid. Like, and I'm thinking back, I probably still have this money today by the way I spend. Them niggas called me and was like, we got a $2,800 check for you. I'm like, boom, send it, and I'm gone. I'm gonna go buy another car, and man, a company truck. My mom told me, she was like, don't take that first check they offer you. Go to a chiropractor. Like, even if you ain't hurting, go to the chiropractor. They can't see if she said your back or something. Like, no one can diagnose your back is really hurting or anything like that. So go to the chiropractor, get those bills and shit, like stack them up, and then take the ambulance ride and send them to them. One thing about my mom, like, she knows how to get over on the system or anything like that. Like, we got food stamps when we didn't need food stamps. Well, really, we did need food stamps, but the way the shit's set up, like, you make a certain amount of money, a little over bare minimum, like, you can't get them. You need to make under bare minimum. If you even make bare minimum, you ain't getting it. So, yeah, she's so good at finessing and all that shit like that. And, yeah, she's like, don't take the first check they offer you. Don't do anything like that. So I'm like, man, whatever. She kept bugging me. Hey, I already set you up a chiropractor appointment. You finna go, like, I'm not going, bro. Like, just take me to work. I just want, like, as soon as they call me, I'm getting another car. They, boom, call me. We got $2,800 check. And I was at a shitty job. I was working at the airport. I'm like, man, I hate this shit. And where we were staying was, like, where I wanted to work at. Well, go back to Pizza Hut where I was comfortable with, because the airport sucked. Even though they pay, like, $5 more, I'm like, this shit sucks. Like, this shit's always busy and all that shit like that. I hate it. And so I'm like, man, fuck this. So they called me, like, got a $2,800 check. Like, boom, okay, I'm out of here. Quit this job, went back to Pizza Hut. It was like a 30-minute drive with me. I didn't care. I just need to go back to somewhere I was comfortable in. Like, I didn't mind being there. Well, I mind being there because it sucked ass. The new job sucked ass. But that was less of a suck ass than the airport. They gave me that $20 check. I bought that new car, and I'm like, I look back on it. I'm like, man, what the fuck did I do? Like, I fumbled with that bad hard. To getting hit by a company truck to getting paid $2,800 was a bad fumble for me. And I still look back on that, man, I'm like, man, I should listen to her. And ever since that day, I listen to her, some of the stuff she be telling me. If I think it's cool, but back then I just wanted another car. Like, having a car, then abruptly losing a car, oh, that shit was trash. I'm like, man, bro, I need my car back. But anyways, tied back into, so that car, my first car got totaled. And you know how you take a picture of the accident and everything. So Tuesday coming around when it was time for me to go to work, I'm like, man, I want to go to work. And in the back of my mind, I was planning, because I work outside, like I said, I was planning to use this picture back when it was like 112 outside. But I never did it, because I want to stack up my PTO hours. If y'all know how that shit works, like, it's like, well, I don't know. But the way my job do it, like, every time you get paid, you get like PTO hours on your shit. And so, me saying this is probably gonna come back to bite me in the ass, but I don't plan on being there much longer anyways. Cause you know how jobs be like, fire people for like what they do outside of work. Like, I guess the detriment to the company, making the company look bad or anything like that. I've seen so many people get fired like that on social media and all that shit like that. So yeah, this might come back and bite me in the ass, but who gives a fuck? I don't plan on being there much longer anyway. That's why I use my PTO. So how the PTO works, you work and every time you get paid, you get like 2 to 3 hours on your, like, added up to your PTO. So I was scheduled for like 5 days this week or some shit like that, like 50 hours for the week, and I get paid Wednesday. So I'm like, man, I'm not going. I get paid every week. So 50 hours in a week, yeah, I get paid in the week. And so I'm like, man, bro, I don't feel like going. So I sent the picture to my manager. I'm like, with knock on wood, that this really don't happen. So I somehow still had my the old picture of my car that when I got in an accident in my email. So I sent that. I'm like, look, I got in an accident. I'm not gonna be able to make it today. And then they were like, all right, bet. That'll just really buy me a day or two. I know I can get a day or two. And then, boom, I was off that day. The next day comes. I didn't go. And then, I think that was Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday roll around. I usually get a message if I'm coming in or not. And I text my manager, I'm like, am I coming in today? She was like, are you feeling up to it? If not, you can stay home. Just let me know. And I've been saying this for a while. Like, I don't care if I like need this, like need that last day on my check to like pay rent. If you give me an option to go home, I'm going home. I'll figure out the rest later. I'm going home. So boom, I went home. Now it's Thursday. I have 3 more days. I have 2 more days. I have Friday, Saturday. And so she called. She was like, oh, how you feeling? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm still a little sore from the accident. And I'm still a little sore and all that shit. And I was like, can I use my PTO? I know you got a schedule in advance. Can I use my PTO? She's like, oh yeah, sure, you can use it. And boom, I used it. And so I got the whole week off. And so yeah, that's why this week been great. It's nothing better than taking time off on company time. But the only thing bad, I went to sleep kind of early, and because I didn't know I was gonna be off. But yeah, it's nothing like taking company time. There's nothing like taking personal time on company time. You know how like when it used to snow outside, those of y'all who stay in snowy states, like it snow occasionally here. It snows and like you be waiting for your school to like come across the bottom of this TV screen, and you finally see it and like, oh I'm out of school. But yeah, it was kind of like that. I went to sleep early thinking I had to go, but then the next day I was off. So I was like, man, I kind of like fucked up my day off. But then, anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's why like last week was a great week. But yeah, I just went on and on about. Anyways, that was cool. 1 second. I'm recording this after the Ravens win or whatever. Like I said last episode, that's my team. I ain't going in detail about it or whatever. But yeah, that's what even made the week even better. Like sometimes, like when, well, not sometimes, like when my team lose, like when they lose or some shit like that, like it'll fuck up my whole week. All right, they play Sunday, week they lose, and then my shit'll be fucked up all the way until Wednesday. Like, say I got something planned, they lose, like they play at 12, they lose, and I got something planned for 6 and not going. It sucks being disinvested. I ain't gonna lie. I said I was done with them. Like now, I just go in expecting to lose. I'm not like that's the best way to do it. I'm like, but I don't know. It sucks being disinvested. All them people who like not invested, like they just watch it like casually and like it's cool. They lucky, but being disinvested sucks. Like I hate being disinvested. Um, but I can't get out of it. I said I was gonna be done, but I can't stop. Like I'm fucking invested already. Um, but yeah, that's why this week was even better. Um, so so oh, so I was listening to this guy when I be at work. I be listening to podcasts and shit when I'm at work, and well, it was Colin Cowherd specifically. Uh, it was specifically. I don't think that was the right. Anyways, y'all. In particular, I think that was, yeah. In particular, that's the word. I think that's right. Colin Cowherd in particular, and he was like, so he do like radio or whatever, and he was having dinner with somebody, and it was like, it's they let him listen to a person, and keep in mind it's like a sports radio, so it was like he was on dinner with some big guy, and he was like, hey, listen to this guy and tell me if he's good for the like a company. He was like, oh, it's easy to do. It's easy to do like a sports radio thing, or like, yeah, if you're on a radio platform or sports radio platform, it's easy to do like radio during the season. He was like, let me see what it looked like in April when nothing's going on. Like, let me hear something from April when it's not going on. Anybody could be good in October or November, like when the season's full go. He was like, let me, you want my insight on him to see if he'd be a good hire. Let me see if, let me see in April when everything is dead. I'm like, I took that and like, yeah, like I took that with every week thing too. I'm like, man, I got a week to get some shit to drop my stuff, but they gotta do day to day to day to day. I'm like, I gotta tighten up. Well, I'm good now, but yeah, I took that like, if I can get anything in a week, that's sad. But yeah, like, I shouldn't be complaining, like, because, like, what am I trying to say? Yeah, I should be complaining because they gotta do day to day, but anyways, they getting paid big bucks to do it. But anyways, yeah, like it's yeah, like I said last week, everything's not gonna be good. So y'all just gotta bear with me and all that shit like that. Like it's not always gonna be up to par because it's not. Some shit not gonna be popping that week. I just gotta scramble and find shit. But yeah, this week I took that and saying this week is this a lot of shit happened this week. A lot of shit has happened this week. No, so the PNB thing came out. For more details or whatever, and so the guy that killed him was 17, and the shit that hurt them, well, the shit that was more sad, like the guy that killed him, 17 years old, but his getaway driver was his dad. I'm like, that's sick as fuck, bro. And I said last episode, like when I heard where he got killed and everything like that, I was like, somebody probably seen him, and it wasn't the location that the girl dropped that everybody trying to get on her head for that got him killed. It was he with all this jewelry and shit in the hood. Like somebody was probably in there. Like they went out, dropped their food off. Like they rode with somebody. They went out, dropped their food off in the car. Hey, we can get this nigga up in here. He got all this shit on. This is a little lit. So that's basically exactly what happened. They seen him. They was in the area. Well, in the lot or whatever. I don't know exactly. I forgot the details. But basically, like they seen him, and it was like, hey, let's go get this nigga. He thinks shit sweet, basically. And yeah, bro, like I said last week, you just got to know where you at. Like you 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 can't be in this place like that, especially with no security and no shit like that. Like it's pros and cons to living that lifestyle. I don't know nothing about that lifestyle, but like hearing people and like being from afar, like I'll I'll be sick if I get to that point and I lose all my person like my personal shit. Like that's big to me. Like I can't just go to the store and like nobody running up to me and all that shit like that. Like that's sad. Like I always gotta have somebody with me and like people gonna be in my face. Like I don't want that. Like I just want to I just want the part where like take care of my family and all that shit like that. But other shit, y'all can keep it. So I get why people like the like I be seeing some Twitch people like who basically are these mangakas, these Japanese comic book writers or whatever. They keep masks on their face, so like they get so big or whatever, and then like they can every time they do their interview they got like a mask on, so like, you can't see their face. And like finally when they go out in public without that mask or whatever, they're good. Like they don't, no one knows them because I'm always rocking a mask anyway. But yeah, I took it like that. Well, it's too late now, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I be seeing Twitch people do it too. Like always have masks on, and like so they can keep their identity straight and all that shit like that. But anyways, oh man, I got so much to talk about. Fuck it, I'll break it up in two parts. Um, so last week I touched on the Trav and I said Trav compared to Kanye or whatever, and people was hitting me up about it. I'm like, this is why I'm kind of skeptical about doing a podcast anyways, cause like in my head I can't always put the words out what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I gotta tread lightly. I don't want it to be misconstrued that I'm like, oh, lyricist wise and all this shit, and like Travis on par with him. Just like I take it as like someone hit me and it's like, oh, you can't compare the two. Don't ever put them in the same sentence or whatever like that. And I compared it to like, all right, you know how people be like, oh, KD a better scorer than LeBron. Now if you peel the layers back on that, like someone would be like, hey, don't ever compare the two. LeBron all like second all time in scoring, about to be first. But when you look at it like on just a flat surface, KD is a better scorer than LeBron. But the fuck like LeBron, like he's second all time in scoring, like, and he's finna get that. So yeah, I wasn't saying that so you can like deep dive. Just like I just took like a couple instances and like why I said what I said. Then you deep dive and be like, oh yeah, this that, like they ain't comparable because Kanye did this that. Like I wasn't doing that. But yeah, just is it face value? Like just on the surface. That's why I was comparing them to. But yeah, say that. Oh, I wrap this up with this. It's not gonna be long. My little I was off work, took a lot of time, but anyway, that's good because I have something next week for you. But yeah, I want to touch on this, the fucking Draymond situation. This guy here, bro. Like, I don't know how many times you gotta fuck up. Excuse me. I don't know how many times you gotta fuck up to get it. Like, so as you see, like, how I look at, like, Draymond stole off on Jordan Poole or whatever, and the video got leaked. Like, somebody's talking to me, there's like, I'm like, yeah, bro, like, they just wasted their whole career leaking that video to TMZ or whatever. I'm like, if I leak the video, it has to be like for bare minimum is 800K. I take 800K from TMZ, and then it came out. They paid 2.6, and then somebody sent me the link. It was like, yeah, you was right. I'm like, bare minimum, I take it 800K. But bare minimum, I take it 800K. But I really want like something in the middle or something like that because I'm risking my career and all that shit like that. Like after this, they're gonna find me, and like I'm not gonna have a career anymore. So I'm like, yeah, I did all this, and and later it came out what they paid. They paid fucking 50 to 100K And the person I was talking to is like, I'll take 50K. I'm like, nah. Niggas was hitting on PPPs, not staying in Silicon Valley or the Bay Area or anything like that. That's already expensive enough. And you take 50 to 100K and risk your career and all that shit like that for 50K. Now they're gonna find who it is, and then you're gonna have to work. Now you're gonna be struggling. Cause I'm sure you probably wasn't getting what you think you deserve. Cause nobody feel like they getting what they deserve. But you was probably making a good living if you still living there and you working for like an NBA company, an NBA brand. So like yeah, doing that for 50 to 100K is wild, bro. Like that shit is wild. Unless you was like a part-time videographer and I don't know, bro. But me, the way I look at it, I feel like you was getting paid a good amount, and for you to do that is crazy. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm a fan of the team, the way it's gonna have niggas look. But yeah, like Draymond hitting that nigga was crazy. Like that shit is ridiculous. Like grown as fuck, and people was like, why Jordan Poole push him and didn't expect nothing. And I was just like, niggas don't really do shit in the NBA. Like, well, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Like NBA niggas saying that this always like fights always happen in the NBA. But I'm like, nonchalantly, like he walked up to him like, I just want you to get out my face, bro. Like back up. I like now me saying this, I'm just looking at the video and like probably Draymond just walked up to him and he pushed him. All right, boom, that's it. But it was probably something building up to that, so I can get why people saying that. But I'm like, boom, bro, get out my face. And for him to do that is wild as fuck. Like for him just go off and hit him, and I ain't gonna lie, I like Jordan Poole a lot. So I was like slowing it down, like dragging it with my finger and all that shit, like trying to see if he really dropped bro with it. And my conclusion I came to, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm being biased or like delusional. I'm like, he didn't drop bro, like he buckled him, like he hit him and he buckled him, and then I want to say he took him, he dropped him when he tackled him and did, like you grown as fuck, bro. Like I don't know, maybe some of y'all who remember like last year Jimmy Butler got into it with Eric Spoelstra or whatever, and Udonis Haslem stepped in for the coach and was like, hey nigga, watch out, and I'll beat your ass and shit like that. But that's the type of shit Draymond you be on. He's clearly better than Jordan Poole, but I'm like, nigga, you need to be a nigga taking up for that nigga, not a nigga taking up for the nigga, not the nigga hitting him. Like I can see it if it was like two young niggas. Nigga, you like 33, the nigga's like 24. Like, what are you doing? Like, I push you, get you out my face. I'm like Jordan Poole. I at least expect the nigga to hit me. Like, what the fuck is you on? And he did this shit. He the reason KD left. Like, so he did the whole like blow up shit, call him a bitch and all that shit. Like in KD's contract year. Maybe KD would left anyways, but you don't be the reason they leave. Like I take it like this. Like you don't be the reason they leave. And I put it to, I compare it to, say we had this little, me and a couple of homies was talking about this, and we were saying, if someone had you at gunpoint, and they say, hey, give me all your shit, run your shit, or all that shit like that, are you giving it to them? I'm like, yeah, I'll give it to him, like the jury and all that shit. And they was like, what if he has you stripped down to your drawers? I'm like, all right, that's a bit of a stretch. But if I'm wearing like some like a Amiri jeans or something like that, and I don't know how much they cost. Like I'm just some expensive jeans that cost like a high end, they cost like a couple $100 to $1,000. Like yeah, you can get my B out here, my drawers, I don't care. And they were like, nah, I can't do it. At that point, it's disrespect. And he ends up killing you and taking it off you anyways. I compare like the Draymond situation to like something like this. Like you doing this in the contract year. Now if they leave, I compare it to, I keep on saying that, but it's basically don't be the when they tell you run your shit, you get off of it and all that. And I give it to him and it's over. And he said, what if he still shoots you? Well shit, that's not on me. But I'm not gonna give them the reason to shoot me. I'm gonna do anything possible to not give them a reason to shoot me. So I'm gonna give him everything and everything he wants and all that stuff like that. And if he still shoots me, it is what it is. It was meant. And so with the reason I said that, because the Draymond situation, you are doing all of this bullshit in dude's contract year. They say you're the reason KD left because you want to blow up with him and all that. Like, come on, I already, like, fuck, I didn't want to see KD go. I'll be on his ass, but I didn't want to see KD go. And you doing this in Jordan Poole contract year. Now if he leaves, that's on you because the whole team is on his side saying you got some. I think, as like I'll tap back in on like this later on. I don't know. I'm like 40, 60. 40% saying someone's leaving. Someone leaving, bro. Either Jordan Poole or Draymond. Now I'm leaning towards Draymond because like he's becoming, as good as he is at his role, he's becoming more of a headache than shit like that. He's becoming more of a headache than helping. Like, yeah, you do a big role, but you're becoming more of a headache than not. So if they can somehow, because everybody's on Jordan Poole's side, so I'm saying there's no reason he leaves. Now, if the Warriors organization chooses Draymond and saying, oh, he's staying, I'm not going to see Jordan Poole leaving. But just the way shit moving right now, I don't see Jordan Poole leaving because the team love him and all that shit like that. But Draymond's in the contract year and he's getting up there and he want a max. And first of all, nigga, you ain't getting a max. Like, Clay either. After you up, Clay, nigga, I know Clay gonna take a pay cut though. Clay's not gonna try to max out. Like let Poole and Wiggins eat and let's run this shit back and win. Now Draymond on the other hand, he sum up with him. Like I don't think he's gonna take what the Warriors give him if they can mend fences with Jordan Poole and everything because no one's gonna offer you a max. Not to see something like Portland doing that. Because what Dame say goes and Dame fuck with him. So yeah, I can see that happening. But yeah, like you don't be the reason they leave because you want bullshit. Now if you did this with 4 years on this contract, it'll blow over real quick. But in the contract year, like, come on, Draymond, you too old for that shit. Like, you too old. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. What else I can touch on? Oh man. Now I'm gonna wrap it up here. Cause I got a good amount to talk about on the next episode. I could take this to probably like an hour, but I'll take the next episode like probably 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how quick I go with that shit. I'm thinking I'm gonna record it right now, but I already know I'm not. I'm gonna wait later on in the week, see if some more shit happen. I feel like I know when I cut this microphone off, I know I'm gonna have something else to say on that Draymond shit. Fuck it, if I do, I'll just say it on the next episode. But yeah, man, that's it on this. I know I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna be on this game or bullshit around. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all next week. See ya when I see ya.